Hey everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Please ignore my attire. We're still got some cold weather down here in Florida, and we're just not used to that over here. But last week, Colin went over AI funnels and everything and did a tremendous job on that. But this week, we're actually going to go a little bit more in depth on the AI generated funnels. We're actually going to show you how to optimize them and customize them, and then what other benefits we could do. I'll go over a brief overview of everything that we'll talk about today, and then Cohen will actually go into the material on how you can update them, how you can make those changes and use them for almost anything. So once again, we're going over optimizing and customizing the AI generated funnels that we talked about last week. So why use AI generated funnels? So there's a few reasons why. Well, number one would be effortless setup. I mean, literally all you got to do is put in a prompt, a short statement, and then all of a sudden you have this beautiful website that you basically could call your own. Makes things a lot easier. Data-driven insight. So instead of wasting all your time building these funnels and everything, all you got to do is just do the prompt, make the funnel, and then you can actually focus on the actual data that the funnels are bringing. Obviously, reducing development time is a big key factor of why you would use AI-generated funnels as well. So a couple other reasons why you would use AI funnels. Number one, A/B testing for improved efficiency. So with this, you can use the AI generated multiple variations of pages, allowing you to quickly test headlines, designs, and call to actions throughout the whole funnel. You can literally build two brand new AI generated pages, see which one's doing better, and then based off which one's doing better, then you just go more in depth on why that's better. Was it to the call to actions? Do we need to update? Do we need to update the images? And just go more in depth on how to do some A/B testing on it. Luckily, the software allows you to do that as well. And then you can just choose the winner, and then that will be your new funnel page. Cohen will go more in depth on that as well. With analytics integration, you could determine what resonates best with your audience without extensive manual setup. So that's a key factor right there. Another reason is increase efficiency through AI. Simply provide a short prompt about the funnel goal, and the AI generates a fully functional funnel in minutes. So not only can you build a beautiful funnel, you can actually tell it what you want on the website or the funnel, and it'll generate exactly what you want it to do. So for example, let's say you want to follow a story brand outlook, basically telling a story about the customer's journey and everything. You can actually build the funnel in that type of way. If you want to make sure that certain things show up at the top and other things shows more at the bottom, if you want to make sure certain sections are added, all you got to do is put that in the prompt and it will automatically generate that in for you. Say goodbye to hours spent brainstorming layouts and content as well. If you don't like one, nice thing is you just recreate a new AI generated funnel. And then that way, instead of spending 2 or 3 hours or a day or two waiting for someone to send you a new design, you could do it with yourself within 2 or 3 minutes and find the design that you like. Lighter workload with AI powered funnels. Not only will it reduce the amount of time it takes to build those funnels, but you'll actually spend more time doing what you need to do for your business. For us specifically, when we build out AI generated funnels, now we can actually focus on the actual strategy of those funnels. What is the goal of those funnels? How are we going to get more engagement from those funnels? So those are a couple things. So marketers and business owners can now focus on strategy and execution rather than the labor intensive building task. Teams can shift their focus to lead generation and customer nurturing instead, rather than building a website. Basically taking a lot of that time and effort and focusing on other avenues. Customizing the AI generated funnels. So how do you customize them? How do you make them better? You've already got the AI generated funnel made. What's the next step? Obviously, you just can't just build it and just let it go out there. There's probably a couple things that you need to do. So that way it doesn't take you from you don't have to start from step one. You can start at step 20 and finish up the remaining steps. So for example, let's say you have 25 steps that you need to do. Instead of starting from step 1, you're starting at step 20 and you only have 5 more steps. These are a couple of ways that you can customize it. So number 1, refining the content. What I mean by that is adjusting the AI generated text to match your brand voice and tone. It's not going to get perfect every single time. There might be things here and there that you need to change that mimics more of what your business is wanting to accomplish, your goals, your ambitions, whatever it needs to be laid out, you might need to make those changes to it. Personalizing the design might be very important as well. Customizing the colors, the fonts, the imagery to reflect your brand identity. It might get the colors pretty close, but there might be some colors that need to be changed out. The images might be AI generated. You might want to put some real local content that you took inside your office or you took at a home that you work with, and so on and so forth. Optimizing the CTAs. Now, what is the point of a funnel? To turn it into a lead, to actually pinpoint into a funnel. So we have to optimize those CTAs to meet those requirements. So this is where the A/B testing comes in, where you experiment with the button colors, the placement, the wording, using action-driven language that resonate with your target audience. Something that might work for one company might not work for your company. So making those A/B testing to check which CTAs are better, what color designs that work better, what is the verbiage needs to say as well. A couple other things that you might need to look in is the enhance the user experience. Well, one way you could do this is by streamlining navigation and ensure mobile responsive. One thing that you might need to notice is something that's on a desktop will look completely different on a mobile device. So you have to look at both those angles. You might like what you see on desktop, but there might be a couple things you need to change on the mobile view as well. So you got to make sure that you're getting from all different types of platform that people are looking at. Just to be honest, most of the websites today, you're seeing roughly about 40, 50 to 60% that are going to be on desktop, and the remaining is going to be on mobile. So you're going to have to look at both sides of the picture on that. Integrate tools and automation. Now that we actually built a funnel within minutes for you, all you would need to do is now put in all these extra stuff that you could build. Maybe putting a calendar in there, making a form in there, adding some automation. So based off when they fill out the form, now you can have an automation happen right afterwards. Having a payment process put in place. Sync your CRM, email marketing, or analytics tools to track performance as well based off how the AI generated funnel worked. Automate follow-ups, lead scoring, and nurturing sequence as well. Now that you're not spending as much time on building the funnel, now you can actually put it more onto the tools and automation to focus on the customer that's going through the funnel. Moving on to optimizing your conversions, optimizing the AI funnel. A couple things that you could do is analyze the data. Now that the funnel is made, now we need to actually see what are the customers doing. So using analytics to monitor traffic, conversion rates, and drop-off points. Identify high-performing sections and areas needing improvements as well. One thing that you might see when you're looking at the data is when are they bouncing off. You could also put like a heat map on your funnel to see where are they going on the page and when they're leaving the page, or if they're actually clicking on call to action, which call to action is working better. I think there's something called like Heat Jar that you could add. It could be a little expensive. You could always try the free version where you can actually track where the mouse is going and see what they're doing when they get to the page. That would be a great way of analyzing the data. Another way is like using just your simple Google Analytics. Google Analytics is a wonderful free tool out there that you could put on your funnels and track what they're doing when they're bouncing off. Maybe they're staying for 10 seconds. Maybe they're staying there for 2 minutes. Maybe there's a specific section that they're looking more often than others. These are great places to track that information. Run continuous A/B testing. I know I brought this up couple times already, but this is extremely important. The first funnel that you make is not going to be perfect. So using these A/B testing to allow you to see which call to actions are working better, what is the correct design, what are the best colors, what's the best verbiage to use, what is visually appealing to the client or the customer. Those are ways that you could do that. Test variation headlines, CTAs, and visual regularly. Use AI insight to predict winning combination as well. To add on to it, you could use corporate behavioral tracking. This is something like, for example, I talked about earlier, the hot jar would be a great example right there, where you're leveraging the heat map and session recording to understand user behavior. The other thing is improved load time. Ensure your pages are optimized for speed, as slow funnels can lead to high bounce rate. What I mean by that is maybe sometimes you just need to optimize the images, optimize the videos, make it where as soon as they go on the website or the funnel, it's taking less than a split second for it to load. If your funnel is taking like 1 to 3 seconds to load, chances are those people are going to be leaving shortly after, if not within that first second. So always making sure those load times are quick and efficient. A couple ways you could do that, as I mentioned, is making the images smaller, changing from a PNG to a JPEG if need be, because JPEGs are a little bit smaller in size. Videos, if you need to have a video, have it on there where it doesn't start right when they load onto the page, but where there's a play button, they press the play button and starting. That will reduce the load time at the beginning. Or if you don't necessarily need a video, go ahead and take that off and put something else that's very appealing to the customer as well. This can help with the load time specifically. There's a couple more things out there that you could do, but those are some of the easiest ways to do it. Another thing that you could do as well is retarget and re-engage. One of the things that we offer is paid advertisement, and one of the things that does tremendously well is retargeting. Think of it very similar to like when you look at a brand new car or looked at a pair of shoes. Now all of a sudden you're starting to see that car everywhere you go. That would be considered retargeting. You could actually put a pixel onto your funnels, and then whenever someone leaves or they go to, let's say, a news journal site, weather.com, history.com, any place that have ads, now they're going to start seeing your ads everywhere they go. And the nice thing about it, it's super cheap. It's like 10% of the it's like if something's $1 per click, it's like 10 cents a click. So that's just a perfect example of how you can actually retarget your customers that's been to your page and re-engage with them and do nurture campaigns as well. Great resource right there. Now, a bit additional benefits of AI funnels. Number one, scalability. Now that you're not spending so much time on building the funnels and everything, now you can actually make that process a lot more faster and more efficient, so that way you can focus on other things. AI allows you to replicate successful funnels and adapt them to new campaigns quickly. Number two, data-driven insights. AI tools provide actionable insights based on real-time data, enabling faster decision-making. Now that you're not focusing on building it, now you can focus on the data, and that's what matters most. Number three, improve collaboration. With pre-built templates, team members can focus on refining content and strategize rather than technical setup. Now you don't even have to hire someone and pay the big bucks to build a beautiful websites. And I'm not talking about us. You can still keep us, by the way. But for all those other people out there, let's just say that, you don't even have to worry about that. Now you can actually focus on the more what's better on the funnels rather than the actual technical of building the funnel. And last but not least, very important, cost effective. Save on design and development costs by leveraging these AI generated assets. So the money that you're spending on having someone build the funnel and build the website, now you can actually use AI to build it for you. And then you could use those funds for other things, maybe for paid ads, maybe to build, like I mentioned earlier, using something like Hotjar to actually track that information, maybe put it onto other marketing avenues or in sales or whatever you need more money in for your business to help it grow and achieve more often. So that's just a couple of things and takeaways that will take you to the next step for your business when it comes to these AI funnels. Now I'm going to give it off to Cohen so that way he can actually show you how you could do this inside the software.
All right, so picking up from last week, we have our Lasso skincare business, which we created using the funnel AI. And last week I talked about three main takeaways on what to look out for when trying to optimize and customize your funnel AI website. And that is the buttons, the imagery, and the text. Now, AI is not always the best whenever it comes to text. Sometimes there's going to be some misused words or some things just don't make sense. You need to look out for that, as well as look out for just make sure that the text matches with what your business provides, the services that you provide, and just overall what your business model is. Next is the imagery. The AI is not always going to pick the best imagery for your website. And that is okay. You can just use your own, or you can also use the image AI that we provide as well. And lastly, the the button actions. Button actions, whenever using the funnel AI, do not lead anywhere. If you see here in the bottom right, button actions, it links to a website URL, but there is no website in which we have it to link to. So basically, if anyone were to press on this button, it wouldn't take them anywhere. So starting off, let's go with button actions. In order to change what the button does, you just need to input the website URL right here in the website, and then it will automatically redirect it to whenever a client clicks on the button. Or alternatively, this is a funnel, meaning that there are multiple steps within this funnel. Right here, we have the home page, but we can have a next step or a next page in which it can link to. And if we do, we can click on next step. And what that will do is it will go from the home page to whatever page you have after that within your funnel. Actually, give me 1 second so I can show you what I mean. So here we have the funnel steps, home page for Lasso Skincare. If we hit add new step or input, let's just say sign up page and click on create funnel step. You will see that there will be another step that pops up called sign up. There's nothing really there because they didn't make a page yet. But if you go back to Home Lasso Skincare, edit a new tab, go back to the button that we were on, scroll down, click on button actions, click next step. Whenever we click on next step, it will redirect, this button will redirect you to the next step within your funnel. And that's what next step is. You also have a bunch of other options as well, SMS, call, and so on. Is generally whatever you're looking for whatever that button is supposed to do. Next, I'll talk about the imagery. This one I'm not a big fan of, so let's just click on background media. You'll see here, click on the portrait right there. And you'll see in the top right, we have the option of an AI robot to help you create an image using AI. So this is a skincare business. So let's say skincare lotion on a soft satin pillow. And you choose the art style. Let's do dreamlike. And there we go. We have a nice, exactly what I was looking for. Now, the thing about the image AI is then sometimes it will not give you what you're looking for, and that's okay. Personally, I think it would be better if you use your own pictures. Say, for example, if you have a picture of your business, your location, if you're able to take pictures of your services, or just try to make the imagery that you use on your website a lot more personable rather than general. And that will definitely increase your traffic tremendously. There's also plenty of people who are just not a big fan of image AI. Totally understandable, but the option is there. Now, clicking on the portrait again, if you just want to look for a more generic look, we can go to My Media, click on All, click on Backgrounds, have a very generic gradient or flat color background, and textures as well. So let me go with the regular background. Go with blue. And then there you can change the imagery right there. This can be done for any type of media as well. Next, for changing the text, it's very simple. If you used any type of editing software like Microsoft Word or something of the sort, you can just type in whatever you need. It also works with shortcuts like Control-Z, Control-X, and so on. Next, I do want to show you the Add Elements feature. Here you have plenty of things that you can add onto the website as well. Say, for example, you want to add a headline. You just drag and drop, and you can put in a headline. Say if we want another button, put it anywhere on the page. There you have a button that you're free to customize as well. So that is it for the add element feature. There are plenty of other elements that I cannot go through all of them because there are just so many. But Oren, did you have your hand up?
Yes. Can you use the AI for the text as well?
Oh, yes, you can. So if you highlight the text right here, you will see the AI pops up, and you can either generate with AI, improve writing, fix spelling and grammar, simplify the writing, make it longer, make it shorter. You have plenty of options. available to you if you don't feel like you're the most confident in your writing abilities. Let's see. You can, as Oren was talking about earlier, you can see what your website will look like on mobile devices. So here we can have a little preview of what everything looks like. Nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. Maybe that image right there. But yeah, you definitely have the option to view it in mobile mode as well. Cookie consent. I know this is a very important detail as well. You can add a cookie consent banner. Usually whenever on a website, it will pop up whether you can accept a website's cookies. You can choose to do add a consent banner for that as well. Is there anything else that anything major I've gone over, Owen?
Yeah, you could go over the A/B testing. How would someone be able to do the A/B testing part?
So for A/B testing, let's go back to the funnel steps. Here you will see start split test and optimize your leads and sales and generate with split test. So in order to activate this, we need to create a variation of our home website. So
Go into settings. Let's go ahead and just add a domain really fast.
okay.
And hopefully we have one in here. Yep, we do.
Okay.
You might have to publish.
Do I?
Yeah, all good.
Okay.
And then scroll down. There we go.
Before you can start A/B testing, you do need to have a domain set up with the funnel steps. Going back to the funnel steps, create a variation. Let's just create from blank. And then exit out of this. And you'll be greeted with this wall text right here where you can start split text. Now you'll see a bar right here where 100% of traffic and 0% of traffic. This is where you dictate how much of your customers, like 50% of your customers will go to one side or the other. So if we do 50-50, 50% of your customers will go to the original page, 50% will go to the alternate page. And once we do this, we will be able to apply. So let's hit apply. And there we go. 50% of our traffic will go from one side or the other. And what are the benefits of this? Well, you were able to see how many page views are better on the control or the variation, how many opt-ins are on either side, opt-in rate, sales, sales rates, earnings, and page views. This is generally just to see which variation would be better for your for you to use majority of the time. Now, it's not recommended to do this for long periods of time, maybe just like a month or two or so, but just do small tests just to see what works for you, what your customers are into, and just constantly optimize your website and how it may work.
If they need to add codes on their website, they're very simple to do. You just go into edit. I think you briefly went over this. All right. Cool. So whenever you went over the cookie setting, there was another section, I believe, right next to it.
Preview custom codes.
Yes, I think that was it.
Okay.
Maybe it's more over. Normally I just go over. There it is. Tracking code.
Okay.
So that's the place that you could add tracking codes like retargeting pixels, like Hotjar, Google Analytics to your funnels, similar to how you would add it to your website. So that way you can actually track how the website or how the web page is doing. Especially if you're doing A/B testing, you could do it for each individual A/B testing page and then track to see which one's doing better, which one's not, or add the same code for each one. So that way you're making sure you're retargeting your audience no matter which funnel they go into. So that's a couple things.
And this is mainly for people who are into coding their own website or just adding more features to it.
Correct. Just adding the, tracking purposes.
And alternatively, if you are into that type of thing, there is a copy button of a CSS selector where you can copy the code for certain media or buttons or some anything of the sort, where you can copy their code and use them in whatever software that you use.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Awesome. That's all we have. Do you guys have any questions related to the AI funnels before we end this? I know we have a couple people on the line.
No, I think it looks great, or Nicole, and it's there's just so much you can do with it. So good stuff.
Yes. And and the least it will do is it will save you a bunch of time as well. Instead of waiting days and days on end on waiting for a website to be done, now you can literally do it within minutes on having pretty much a full website done. That's the amazing thing about the tool. So yes, thank you very much. All right, guys. Well, if that's it, thank you guys so much for being on this call. Once again, Mustafa is out, but he was nice enough to spectate. I just didn't want to put him on the spot with no time to get ready for it. So I went ahead and took over for this week with Cohen. Thank you, Cohen, for your help on this as well.
As usual, we do have the knowledge base in the top right corner. If you ever have an issue or you want to look into a feature within OPM tools, this is where you would go. Alternatively, there is a support knowledge base on the sidebar near the bottom of the bar. It's not here at the moment, but there is a 24/7 live chat service that is within this area right here. Once you click on the chat with your icon, if you need to get in contact with us, you can use that. And you can also use a submit request where you can submit, put in all the details of your issues, fill in the forms accordingly, and we will be more than happy to schedule a meeting with you to discuss how we can help you within OPM tools. But other than that,
thank you guys so much. Hope you have a great day and see you next Tuesday.